Hello and welcome to my Throne of Thunder raid guide. My name is Aliena, and in this video I'll show you all you have to know about Jin'rokh the Breaker, the first boss in this new raid instance. We completed this fight with 2 tanks, 2 healers and 6 DPS, but similar raid configurations may work just as well. Jin'rokh is a single phase encounter with only one opponent, Jin'rokh himself. To start the encounter, have your first tank pick him up and tank him in the middle of the room. Shortly into the fight, Jin'rokh will use an ability called Static Burst. This inflicts medium rate damage to every raid member, but it also puts a debuff on your tank called Static Wound. Static Wound starts out with 10 stacks and inflicts 20k damage per stack when taking a melee hit. That means if you were to keep having the tank with Static Wound tank Jin'rokh, they'd take 200,000 additional damage when they get hit. Additionally, your raid will take a third of that damage. However, Static Wound damage is easily avoided by having your other tank taunt and take over tanking Jin'rokh. Static Wound will fall off over time. Jin'rokh's next ability is called Thundering Throw. Jin'rokh will pick up the current tank and haul him over at one of the faraway Mogo statues that are located in the corners of the room. This deals some damage, but more notably stuns anyone within 8 yards, so never stand near a Mogo statue. The statue breaks and water pours forth from it, forming an expanding puddle on the ground called Conductive Water. We like Conductive Water. We like it so much that your entire ranged DPS and healer should stand in it. Conductive Water causes a debuff called Fluidity that increases all damage and healing dealt by 40%. That's awesome! It also increases nature damage taken by 80%, but if you do it right, that just means mildly more damage taken from the static bursts. Every 1 minute and 30 seconds, Jin'rokh will cast Lightning Storm. When this is about to happen, your entire raid should group up outside Conductive Water, so in the middle of the room would be good. Lightning Storm lasts for about 15 seconds and will inflict heavy raid damage. To counter this, you should assign and use raid cooldowns such as Spirit Shell and Revival. Lightning Storm also infuses any conductive water currently up with lightning, turning it into electrified water. You do not want to stand in any water that has been turned. It no longer gives a buff, but instead inflicts damage. So instead, just wait for Jin'rokh to break another statue and form another pool that you can actually stand in. Incidentally, this serves as a soften rage timer. A pool of water takes up roughly a fourth of the room. When the entire room is taken up by electrified waters, it's more or less a wipe. However, you have about 6 minutes before that happens, and Jin'rokh should die much sooner. Jin'rokh's last ability is called Focused Lightning. This summons a lightning orb that attaches to a random raid member and attempts to chase them. Lightning orbs should be kited to the very edges of the arena, then detonated. You detonate one by simply standing still until it reaches you. This will deal moderate damage, so make sure you're topped off before detonating. Once detonated, it'll form a permanent lightning fissure on the ground. Run away quickly as the fissure inflicts AoE damage within 5 yards. Focus lightning happens around every 10 to 20 seconds, so you'll have quite a few lightning fissures up after a while. One thing to look out for is to never let a lightning fissure touch a currently active focused lightning orb. If they touch, they implode and deal heavy AoE damage to all raid members. You can drop them next to each other, but they cannot touch. That concludes Jin'rokh's abilities. This is a fairly easy encounter as long as your ranged group remembers that Conductive Waters are great. Your raid stacks up for lightning storms and your tanks taunt off of each other after static bursts. Good luck and have fun!